All right. Hello. Welcome to the Big Baby Podcast with our good special. I'm Big Baby.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm Big Baby. Fuck yeah.
And I'm Mr. Deadman.
I'm Big Baby.
No, we're all Big Baby. Can you say I'm Big Baby for us?
Oh, sorry. We're all big baby over here.
Yeah, I'm Big Baby.
I'm Big Baby too.
I'm Big Baby.
You want to put that in my ass?
Welcome to the Big Baby Podcast. We've got our special co-host, Mr. Deadman, joining us from down south. It's great to have you, Mr. Deadman. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. It's good to talk to you guys.
Where'd you go?
DAIYMO, I thought you died. What happened to you?
Yeah. Do you care to elaborate on your death this morning, DAIYMO?
No.
Okay, I guess that's the story. But yes, welcome.
Well, I think we have another story. We got a spirit. We got a ghost in here now. DAIYMO is the ghost talking to us.
I get.
But never mind that.
Well,
Does Shaggy know? Does Mormon Shaggy know that you guys, one of you guys, tap on Ouija boards and satanic shit? We got the ghost DAIYMO here.
Well, I'm not gonna answer that question. To how we got DAIYMO here, and DAIYMO, I just know I called DAIYMO and he picked up. So he probably is in the. I guess they have Discord in the afterlife. So maybe he's in hell if they have Discord there. So sorry to hear.
When you die, you go to Paradise Lost.
You go to Paradise, Paradise Lost server, yeah. But yes, it's great to have you on. I just want to say I'm happy. It's a happy day in the world, a happy day of peace as Mr. Deadman and DAIYMO are on a stream together. After years of war or months of war,
yeah.
it's great that peace has prevailed and everything is kosher.
I agree.
And happy.
I agree.
And
I 100% agree. It's good stuff.
It's great. It's actually
make love, not war. Right?
Right.
That's what we're doing.
I fucking hate you. Get the fuck off my podcast.
I love you, DAIYMO.
We all
Don't. You're faking the energy. You're faking it. Come on now. Come on.
It's okay. It's okay.
All the nicotine and tobacco is driving me up the wall here.
Mm-hmm. Now, Deadman, I know on your stream last Friday you said you want to talk to us about grifting. Maybe we will later, but I think I want to let the chat know the Big Baby Podcast is a space. It's an e-drama free space. We're here to talk.
That's good.
We're here to talk to you about movies. We're here to talk to you about the real heart of the matter, and that is your horror movie production, your years of producing zombie content from back in the day, which I went back and watched some of that, and I'm very interested in where the Brap King series goes next. As the creative mind behind both those great zombie videos and the Brap King series, what's next for the Brap King? We gotta know what's coming up.
Well, first off, the Brap King, I gotta say, DAIYMO, thank you for that. It was because of you that the Brap King is possible.
I love shit.
All right. He's kind of like a producer in a way, kind of, sort of, not really. All right. Well, what's gonna happen next with the Brap King? I don't know if I'm gonna do any filming during summertime. It's freaking hot. To wear that leather jacket that the Brap King wears, I mean, it's gonna be possible. But I'll make it happen somehow.
Okay.
I'll have to find some other people that I can run around and chase and be like, "Hey, can I smell your Braps?"
Now
you guys some potent Braps. I
looked
smell them.
in the room. Was that big, delicious black woman? Was that a real black woman, or did you buy that black woman at the slave markets in Texas?
I essentially bought her for a limited amount of time.
That's incredible.
Okay.
Well, I was
all right.
I
was a master for like 20 minutes.
I'm not going to pull the wool out on the people of the audience eyes and, just destroy the illusion, the beauty of cinema. But, I was convinced that was a real woman that you were harassing for a good,
that was
good
very
chunk.
real.
She was you got to give credit where credit was due. That was a great performance. Like, I bought
it was good.
I bought that was real. Now, was the jewelry store clerk, was that a real employee you were harassing?
That was take 3. Sorry. That was take 2. Because the first time we did it, we stopped because she was about to call the police. I was like, whoa, stop, don't do that. Don't, that's all legit.
Yeah.
I'm not actually harassing her. I'm paying for time.
Yeah.
I'm a master right here. I didn't say that.
Yeah, she's my slave. No. She's my slave. Don't worry.
But she helped me out too. She was like, no, we're just filming a little bit for YouTube. It's great. But actually, can you be in it? I was like, yeah. We're gonna do this again, but you react the same way. You do the same stuff. You even pick up the phone. You just don't call the police, okay? Call security, right? And that's what we did. And so yeah, the response was legit.
Well, to be fair, then both of them were excellent actors, because I definitely believe that the jewelry store lady was actually just someone you were regularly harassing. But I mean, that's how it started. But just that's real. That's great acting. Then as a director, you're able to get such quality performances out of people who are, who's essentially an amateur. That's amateur filmmaking at its best.
Now, it's really easy when you're asking something crazy like, smell your braps. And because I told her, like, look, when I did the casting call for this thing, I was like, how am I supposed to do this? Because we were like, smell braps, it sounds pornographic already. So I was like, it's going to be YouTube short, okay? And it's going to be lowbrow humor, okay? It's going to be some fart jokes, okay?
Yeah.
Gotta kind of get them in. When I explained to him, okay, here's the deal, all right? I'm playing this crazy character called the Brap King, and he's all about braps, about farts. He wants to smell them all, okay? He gets high off that shit. I don't know. It's insane, right? But that's what makes it funny. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to nudge you, and I'm going to approach you, and I'm going to talk you up. I'm going to try to get on your good side, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm eventually going to drop where I'm like, can I smell your braps? Okay? And that's when it's going to go south, all right? Just, what do I say? Say what you would normally say in that situation. Just do what you would normally do.
Incredible.
Okay? I even told her, look, if you want to be pissed off and slap me in my face, go right ahead. I'm good with that. I didn't
sounds like a fetish film.
It does.
It does, right? I was like, man, what if? Because afterwards, I was like, what if they think, man, that's crazy white guy over here. He's like, wanting me to slap a camera to get me arrested or for sort of fetish collection? What's going on here? I was like, you know what? I'm in the moment. Let's just do it. Let's just go.
Doubt
happens.
Doubt is the enemy of all great art. Don't doubt, just do. That's how great art is. That's how majesty is produced. Now,
so you get high quality like Brap King.
Yes, and so the Brap King summer series, I think there's even more potential in the summer for a wet, hot, steamy Brap summer.
There is.
And obviously the leather jacket's an iconic look. However, can I make a suggestion that the Brap King maybe has a summer outfit? Maybe he wears, instead of a leather jacket, maybe he wears like a shirt, like a unbuttoned with no undershirt Hawaiian shirt on it. That could be a look.
Oh, I was thinking Hawaiian shirt. He would definitely have to wear a Hawaiian shirt.
What about like a muscle tank? To show off his gun.
A muscle tank.
Like a neon muscle tank, like he's ready for it's Brap Boy summer, dude. Brap Boy summer.
It's Brap Boys. You can get them. You can get like a custom print. See, they make those at like you can go to like the mall or like whatever. And you can get like the custom print shirt, do the Brap King summer, and tank top.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
You have like a Four Loco in your hand, just always.
The Four Loco. Get like
the Four Loco and a cigar.
The Four Loco hard seltzer. Now that's a braptastic drink. That'll get your. And say,
I don't think I've ever had that before. Sounds like you've had it before.
Never had it. I did sell it at the liquor store I worked at. And let me tell you, when that thing came out, I was like terrified because the alcohol percentage on that thing is like higher than a regular Four Loko, but it's in a smaller can, so it's like more condensed. It's insane. It is an intense drink. And
they let you work in a liquor store?
I did. That's all my older videos, and like when I'm in like the thing, when I like do like the mulatto video or like the I'm like sexually like chastising you. It's a POV chastising you. That's in the liquor store. I have that.
Everyone that works in the liquor store is like a big
I would trust
Gahoole.
I had a gun.
I would trust Gahoole around a liquor store.
Little baby Gahoole.
Well, I had a gun, so I could.
Was the store robbed every day?
I did get robbed a couple times. I got beat up. Yeah, for the didn't get robbed.
Yeah, that happened to the black guys.
What?
Mr. Deadman tries to brap at the black guys. He gets beaten.
Well, it's just, what can you do? Oh, but yes, back to you, Deadman. I think that the Brap King has all the potential for the future. As you know, the Brap posting is it's a lovely affair. People posted been Brap posting on my board for years. So to see it come to life like that, it's really excellent. And we just got to give credit where credit's due. And I'm excited to see what comes next. The people want to see it.
Oh, a lot could happen. Summer's definitely summer's a good time to film. Especially now, prices going up high. People are going to be really desperate for money. Hey,
a little side
it's
hustle.
not going to be a lot of money.
There's a little side hustle for you. Well, maybe you can.
You want some gas money? Well, I want some Braps. Okay, I want some gas. You want some gas. It's kind of like that, all right?
It's the gas. You can maybe film a skit outside a gas station and say, "Hey, listen, I know you're having trouble filling up there. I'll give a little trade for you. You give me a Brap."
You fill up my mason jar of Braps, and I'll fill up your car. Or was it maybe just 1 gallon? Okay, let's not get ridiculous here. Okay,
come on,
Joe Biden has risen the price of Brap soon.
The Brap.
Yes.
The Brap inflation.
Yeah, ridiculous, man.
Just carry around a balloon. It's like fill it up. You have to inflate the price of Braps with it.
Yeah, but if people are just falling behind people, like try to siphon off of them.
Yeah,
it's a tough economy, man.
I gotta get by. How's a Brap King supposed to?
Oh, that would be great. That'd be freaking great. Yeah, that'd be a good idea too.
Mm-hmm. Great ideas here.
Very easy to do it too. Very easy to make that work. Okay.
Now,
DAIYMO, the other footage on that one long, I guess, Brap King episode 2. Some of the other stuff was me kind of creeping around the mall, which was kind of greasy and kind of shady. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then down one, I guess one hall or whatever, there was mall security there, kind of like all bunched together, like talking, I guess, about what they're gonna do or whatever. I don't think they got the word that there's some creep with a leather jacket going around asking people, "Hey, can I smell your farts?"
No.
Because here's the thing. She wasn't the only person I asked. I was wondering, is it possible that I could actually ask a random person, and how would it go?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we're in Texas, so I could get shot. But that would be great content. But also, I don't want to die.
Don't want to die. I know it's the fear. The fear is it's the killer. It's the content killer. Fear is Yeah. And I think you could have done it, but maybe for the sequel. Maybe for the sequel, Brap King, the Brap hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah. But that's what's eventually going to happen. I mean, that character is such a sleaze. He's going to be hunted down. Yes. But, DAIYMO helped make that possible, man, with the whole reaction to the, what is it, Turbo Slut 5K no safe word thing.
Can we talk a little bit about Deadman's Tome? You have this secret life as a horror writer. You're a real Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was a publisher. I did more publishing of people's stuff. I wrote a few things myself, but it was more of a publisher. So yeah, that was good. I pretty much essentially stopped all that for live streams. That's kind of what it became, which is, I mean, some would be like, that's kind of sad. It's kind of sad and pathetic. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of money in like on horror publishing. Not really. Not really. So I made some money with Deadman's Tome, but I enjoy doing the stream stuff. In fact, around that time, I was doing the Deadman's Tome podcast, which was like not really like a live stream on YouTube. I mean, I did that, but it was more like a podcast on like Spreak, whatever. And I was doing that. I had some posts and stuff. We'll have guests. We'll interview them about their horror story or their book, and then talk about maybe some new stuff or whatever. Talk about some horror stuff, and kind of that. And also on the show, every now and then, I'll have like some shock jock shit. I'll try to summon a succubus or Bloody Mary, or well, there's
Gahoole has a tulpa.
I did some of the Tulpa ones. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You
Not
wouldn't shut
intentional.
up about it for fucking days.
It wasn't intentional, but I did have a Tulpa for a few days. But unfortunately, it left. So it's sad.
Oh shit.
You know, you can't. It's hard to keep things conjured like that without prime attention given to it. It's hard to keep it.
Right. They get very clingy. Oh, they get very needy. Give them the attention, they just kind of go away. You know,
And it can be a bit of a problem. Now, Deadman, you know, this is primarily a movie podcast. Have you ever considered, shopping around, the Turbo Slut books or any of the Deadman tomes work? Have you ever considered that shopping around as a script for movie producers or directors? We happen to know a few in the
Jason Wynn.
Georgia.
Jason Wynn would make Turbo Slut the greatest film of all time. I would put up money for that. That would be amazing.
Have you ever considered working with people?
Well, I would love to see the Turbo Slut movie. That'd be great.
We do have a connection to famed, accomplished, and real film director Jason Wynn, director of Rave Party Massacre. You know, if you have you ever seen Rave Party Massacre? By the way, did you watch our
Rave Party Massacre? Sounds familiar. Wait,
did you watch
No.
our episode on Jason Wynn and our subsequent interview with the man himself, the director of this movie?
I have not.
Well, if you have some free time, I highly suggest going back and watching the man who taught DAIYMO everything he knows about film, Jason Wynn. I really think if you two got together, you can make a great work of art out of Turbo Slut 5K. I think he would be on board with that.
I think that'd be
We
cool.
have $700 to $1,500. I'm sure he will do it too.
I think Sarah Best would be perfect for the lead role in that film. I think she would be excellent.
Sarah Best.
Real?
Okay.
As long as we get her fucking tequila or her lime water or
Peppermint tea.
as long as we get her peppermint tea, that she'll be on board. So
We can call it a shriller.
Oh, she's a little diva. Huh? She requires a specific tea to do your thing.
yes.
Okay.
Black poet kind of the legitimate rape. You can get the legitimate rape reader to read the book online.
Oh, that would be great. You could be like the
narrator.
You could be the narrator. Dr. Seuss's Turbo Slut 4K.
Yes. Well,
Well, there are some black characters in the Turbo Slut stories, which I pretty much wrote those in one day. They read like I wrote them in one day.
well, you could direct them in 1 week, and it would accomplish the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I might even have a casting couch situation too, because I mean it's just gonna be a lot of ladies. I'm not saying I would be above that. Okay, I'm just saying
Wow.
they probably would have allowed me near the room. Like, no, not you. When I smell the braps. Okay. Okay, but it's Brap King
I got a
footage.
great idea. You in the couch, you put a little tube that leads to the other room, and you feed them beans on the couch. So as they fart, you can just smell and judge the quality of the braps for the actresses. So they know.
That's what I want to do. I want to do a Brap King
I-
episode where I literally judge the braps, like the quality of the braps.
That
Like,
would be amazing.
like
The brap.
Like I've been watching these I don't know what you call these channels with these Japanese girls to do all these various things. They're of age. Don't worry, they are of age. Okay,
I wasn't doubting that.
don't worry. I know we
How could you
have to
tell
ask
them?
now. We got to make sure because people are like flamenco and all that shit. Okay,
Who's flamenco?
but they do all these crazy skits. You know, there's various little things. I was like, okay, Brap King is going to do a skit where I get all these girls, and they're going to be like farting, and to test the fart, to test the strength, I have to put like a piece of paper near their ass. How far does the paper go? Maybe I put like a sailboat. Maybe it's a sailboat with with a nice sail on there, and tons of water, farts and flows. Like, oh, that's a good fart right there. You know, just some variety. What we could do with Brap
you could do like a story where like there's like the one Mexican girl who everyone thinks is gonna win because she's Mexican. So she's like the favorite to win. She's all like proud, she's just so confident comes in. But then the plucky little white underdog lady, she gets the win. She manages to beat her at the last minute. It's like a Rocky underdog, like the Italian, the little small Italian girl manages to pull off the biggest brap of all. You know,
You should invite Brittany Venti and just be like, Brittany Venti declines her invitation to join.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh, I'm gonna ask Brittany Vincent to be in the Brap King episode.
Yeah, don't ask. Just go to New York and just wait outside her house and just film it.
Hell, I'll just do what Cool Pedos does and just use her image. How about that?
just fuck it.
American Brap Hog.
The American.
Oh, you can smell my Brap. I don't know how she sounds.
Oh, these are all great ideas.
I mean, she's kind of an animal anyway. She looks kind of like the sloth, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, the animals don't really give consent when they can be on movies, right, or shows, or YouTube videos, or whatever. It's kind of like they're on. That's it.
That's a take. I
Have you seen Milo and Otis?
No.
No.
It's a Japanese movie where they have these. It's a story about these two, a cat and a doggo, and like they killed like kids of the cats and the dogs. Too. There's just there's like scenes where the cat will like jump off the cliff, and like you can see the cat just like bang on the rocks too, and it's just like they killed so many cats and dogs to make that film. It's fucked up.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh, wait, I have seen this fucking movie. I remember this movie when it came out. I saw it on TV once. It was like it was a movie that just it was an American version of it. That was an American dub, right? I remember it was just like the two cats and dogs.
Yeah, but
oh my god! This used to be it started off as a Japanese movie.
Yeah, it was originally I guess it is a Japanese movie that was just dubbed into English. I guess it's mostly about the animals, so it's hardly any people in it, so it's pretty easy to switch over.
Shut up, Fidel. It's real. Shut up, Fidel. It's real.
God, it reminds me.
I'll look at it right now.
It reminds me of Homeward Bound. That's the movie that I think of. I saw the first movie I thought, but I remember Milo and Otis was different. And I did see it.
Yeah,
once.
but were there dead animals in Homeward Bound? I mean, did they kill the animals in the production of it?
Fidel?
Oh,
would Lindsay Ellis
just
lie
quick
to
search,
me? I
man.
don't
It
think
says
so.
what? It's reported more than 20 kittens were killed during its production, and the cat's paw was intentionally broken to make it look unsteady when walking. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, that's brutal. Oh, that's horrible. That is horrible. But did it look good? Was it convincing?
I liked it when I was a baby boy. I was like, kitty cat. Cute kitty cat.
Right?
Only later did you find out that they committed cat genocide.
I know Chet disagree with me. They're really horrible because people love animals. I love animals too. I love dogs. I don't really love cats. I think cats are like satanic.
I like all animals. They're all nice. There's no. It's hard. It's hard for me to imagine an animal as satanic. You know, they're just animals. You know, they don't have the. Satan comes from the evil within human, the evil within sin, and the evil within human.
Goats are satanic, 100%. You ever seen a goat's eye?
I think
you ever seen a goat's testicles, Gahoole?
I've never seen a goat's testicle, no, or in a goat's
never
eye.
got too close. I stopped at the eye.
I've seen a goat's eyes. I mean, they're just animals. They don't know better. Now, the sacrificing of a goat, that's satanic, right? Maybe that's why the connotation is there.
Yeah.
There used to be
got
a goat
tired of that
at
and
the
moved
petting
on to other
zoo.
things, babies. But
There was a goat at the petting zoo, and as a little babby boy, I would call it Mr. Bo Dangles because it was testicles were bigger than I was. Dude.
Were you petting his face? Were you petting his head or his testicles? What were you petting?
Mr. Bo Dangles, dude.
Because he dangled. He dangled. DAIYMO, you and Deadman were at war for a long time, but you know I feel like there's more in common than we here. You know, you both have a background in film and making movies. I mean, Deadman obviously made Brap King, but before that, you made those many zombie hunter movies where you were the zombie in a few of them.
Behind me, yeah.
Yeah, DAIYMO, you have any questions as a fellow filmmaker about? Oh, look, he has the poster.
And that guy with the hat is
And-
fucking wonderful. Dude. What happened to him?
And there's a Playboy model in one of the episodes, international Playboy model. So my destiny was always to be kind of like a sleazy Coomer kind of guy. Just never really got into porn. You know, just never really did.
Well, I mean, do you regret not going into porn, Deadman, or are you happy that you've steered clear of pornography in most forms?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm good.
You're happy with that?
That was a long pause, dude.
Completely.
One time,
There was a long pause because you got to think. You could lose yourself in the drugs where you don't feel anything, right?
Right.
But what do you really value? I wouldn't trade what I have now.
I agree. When I was in film school, I was asked by someone, one of the jocks in my dorm, to do a porn shoot for him, and I declined. And I don't ever regret that. I think that's one of the smartest decisions I've ever made in my entire life.
No one ever asked me to be involved around sex.
Oh.
You'd probably pet their neck. Like, dangles, both dangles.
Well, you know, I mean, so the Zombie Hunter, DAIYMO asked what happened to your main actor. You mean, do you get a falling out with him? What's the update? What's he up to now? What's the current status of the original Zombie Hunter?
Oh, Zombie Hunter. I used pretty much use my friends.
Yeah.
My friends and I were hanging out, and a lot of the people that you see in there, but we kind of grown apart as far as like distance wise, and them getting married and having kids and all that. They still kind of orbit around every now and then. You know, we mingle and have beers together and stuff. But like, as far as any other Zombie Hunter stuff, probably not. If I thought about doing like a live stream, but stopped the idea when I was like, well, running around with a gun, like on live stream, YouTube wouldn't be cool with that. Even if it's a fake gun, probably YouTube wouldn't be cool with that. So there's only so much you could really do. And I think the Brap King stuff is funnier anyway. Yeah, and easier to do. You don't have to worry about zombie makeup, which obviously, I mean, the zombie makeup and the Zombie Hunter stuff was like, well, all right, that was an attempt, but it was fun. We just had some fun doing it. It was good.
Right. Well, I mean, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I said this before. The DAIYMO and DAIYMO, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I see similarities between you and I. I do. You're a filmmaker. At least you used to be a filmmaker. But what happened? You know.
I grew up.
Grew up, but you didn't really grow out of it, right? You kind of still want to do it at times.
Well, I think with you, Deadman, I mean, with the Zombie Hunter, I think, things were in the past. I mean, that was a different era. I'm not sure if that kind of content's what people want on YouTube anymore, even, I mean, it was just a fun thing for your friends to do. But I was more, and you touched on, your friends grow apart, I was just more wondering what the actor was up to. Not that if he would come back, but just wondering, status update, what's going on with those guys.
Oh, yeah, he's married with kids.
Well, that's good.
Oh, his wife is super Catholic. They're both very Catholic. So they're based.
Excellent.
Let's see. And we message each other now and then about, like, I guess, political things or things that are happening. Yeah, that's about it. But
sometimes
I don't see any Zombie Hunter stuff happening anytime soon.
That's fair. It's, stuff's cat up on. Now, DAIYMO, as we know, is an accomplished filmmaker. Has, in fact, worked on movies, public movies, including Rape Party Massacre. He's in the credits of this movie. However,
DAIYMO's in the credits of that movie?
Yeah, he worked on that movie. He's in the credits. If you watch the credits, I watched so many Jason Wynn movies, and the only one he was in the fucking credits of was this one. So, he's in the credits for this one. He was helping that movie. So I believe he is working, but and this is his. DAIYMO as a man, as a samurai, has fallen, and he's fallen to the dark webs of the internet and must do battle. I mean, we're not supposed to talk about, like, how he's dead, how Rusty Spatula killed you, but, maybe we can get... I do want Rusty Spatula on the show at some point, DAIYMO, to answer for his crimes. Maybe we can do the trial of Rusty Spatula.
I think the Brap King has to murder Rusty Spatula. Someone has to murder Rusty Spatula.
Well, Rusty Spatula
what happened was horrible.
No, that is vigilante justice. We need real justice brought to the Rusty Spatula. So if you need a trial held for him, we can make that out.
You need him arrested. Okay.
Well, he's not even.
I want him dead.
Sorry, I wasn't really listening. I was zoning out. What?
We're talking about you, man. I wasn't listening.
It doesn't matter. I guess Deadman, so you worked on horror movies. What's your background? I'm assuming, with the name and all that, your background is in horror movies. Tell me, what are some of your favorite horror movies? What's your go-to besides? I mean, obviously there's the classic, but what's like some of your personal, real favorites?
Well, my real favorite horror movie, the one that got me into it was Halloween, but my favorite horror movie is The Thing. And then when I say The Thing, of course, I'm not talking about the original black and white one. Hardly anyone knows anyone knows about that movie. I mean, when you say The Thing, they think John Carpenter's The Thing, right. That one, which was pretty much a remake, but people didn't really know that it was a remake,
There's arguments that it's actually a sequel, even more so than it is a remake. There's arguments, that it's a continuation of the black and white story, and that the base they find is the one from the original movie. There's arguments that that could be the case, but the thing's a classic. For me, one of the movies that really got me into horror was Rave Party Massacre. That's a movie that really spoke to me on a horror level.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I also like the Slumber Party Massacre. Those things too. like the I guess the B horror movies, the ones that are like a little sleazy. There's a blood count, or there's a body count. There's blood and there's boobs. You got the 3 Bs, or the Joe Bob Briggs 3 Bs. That's essential for me. That's important. Like I want to be able to see that in a horror movie. If you don't have, if it's gonna be a B horror movie and you don't have tits, it's not a B horror movie. Like you got the wrong actress. Like she couldn't produce. She couldn't pop them out. She had standards.
Yeah,
come on now.
She doesn't have.
I'm not asking for a porn scene. Just pop them out. Come on.
She doesn't have standards. I mean, like someone like Sarah Bess. She is a woman who has no standards.
She needs to be in Turbo Slut 5K. The movie. Okay,
we gotta get her roped on board. Shit. I don't know.
She could play Loka or Lotus.
Oh,
or Alexis. She should play one of them.
One of the one.
Oh my god, cool! You should just call from that same number and just be a different person pitching. If you basically win that movie, I bet you could get away with it.
We could actually just give Deadman I can just call from like my actual cell phone number and pretend I'm Mr. Deadman.
Hey, about this movie, you're gonna really like it. Okay, we're just gonna need 3 kind of hot chicks, and they're gonna run around, probably on green screen or whatever, and do some really fucked up shit. There's gonna be some fucked up sex shit. Okay, there's gonna be some gore.
Yes. Well, you mentioned body count, and Jason Wynn, director of Rave Party Massacre, is actually firmly against the body count in horror movies. His movie, he thought it was more about the message and the symbolism. He's more of an artist. He's more of, he put a rape scene projected over with Birth of a Nation, and that to him is more important than a body count. In our interview with him, he specifically mentioned, people say there's not a big body count in the horror movie, but it's really more about that. Speaking to an endemic problem with our society, that's really what the movie, really what it speaks about. Now,
hey, what is that problem, Gahoole? Can you tell us what that problem in the film is? Could you explain?
With the rape scene to what was the song called?
It was a rape scene with the movie Birth of a Nation projected over it.
Oh, okay.
Birth of a Nation, the famous Ku Klux Klan. Am I getting a phone call of some kind? Sorry, we're not taking calls at this time, guys. We may later, but
might be Jessica Best.
It could be. It's Sarah Best, not Jessica.
Sarah Best. Sorry.
Say her name. Say her name.
That's her long lost. It's her long lost alt-right sister who's watching this show right now. But that movie is really more about why the alt-right is a danger to society and why Nazism is on the rise. That's what Rave Party Massacre is really about. I like how we froze.
Okay. Well, Turbo Slut 5K also has that. Okay, there's some very racist characters are kind of like in that. I think some of the main characters are racist. Oh, they're all racist actually. They're all saying. I'm not gonna say the word. I'm not gonna say the N word. Don't want to sabotage the stream. Okay, but just about every character in the show or in that book is throwing those out there. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, did you ever write that fan fiction about the samurai in love with Josh Moon? Did that ever happen?
I wrote one like semi chapter of it. That was it. I never continued it because where it was like, oh, we're at war or whatever. It got weird. It got stupid. And a lot of it has to do with, you know what? I'll be honest here. The first time I saw you, I didn't know how to read you. I was like, who the fuck is a DAIYMO? Who is this guy? Oh, he's a character. Oh, he's a fucking character. We're all fucking characters. Okay.
Yes. And someone in the chat says to shout out Reanimator. Yeah, it's a good horror movie. There's lots of great horror movies. What's wrong? Are you okay? DAIYMO, are you okay?
Are you okay, DAIYMO?
I read something on chat and it just made me lol. It made me lol.
I'm not even looking at chat. I don't even have the stream up. I like to do this blind.
Someone's begging you.
I don't even want to know what they say.
I just read something that and it wasn't even that funny. It was just in me. I'm so giggly. I'm giddy.
Well, are you happy to have DAIYMO? Is there any pressing questions you've wanted to ask Deadman? You know, after all this war, peace at last.
That's bro.
Yeah, it's time. What do you want to know from Deadman? I mean, this is your moment. What's up with your tits?
Which one?
You got two.
Get to like you're looking saggy. I don't know.
Sorry, man. It's just the igloo.
Oh, okay.
I'll do better.
And I've been hitting the beers again, you know, so my tits are gonna resume.
I've been.
So just let me fix my little computer real quick. Oh shit!
Where'd he go?
So?
Where'd he go? What's he doing?
Leaving, or is he not? Okay.
No, my computer. I spit water all over my computer.
No,
It's trying to
this is a disaster.
fix it, dude.
Is it water or is it jizz? He's coming all over his computer.
Out of my mouth.
He's excited because I'm here. We have our chance to make peace, make love, peace, peace and love.
Beautiful, sweaty dead man love. Trifox's content has been a colossal failure. For many it has, but for me it has been a colossal success. I've lost many pounds. I will be below 200 pounds before the end of the summer. I promise. So that'll be look forward to that.
You are doing well. You're doing much better than I. I was very slow on it. I was like, "There's no way, Ralph." I was doubting Ethan Ralph. I doubt. You know what? As a former Ralph hater, as a former A-Log, and now turned Ralph Mill, now turned gun guard, whatever. I used to doubt him quite a bit. I was like, "There's no way he's going to achieve. There's no way he's going to lose any weight." And he has been, and I have not.
Yeah.
I treated it like the tortoise and the hare. I was like, "Come on, man. Whatever. It's not going to even happen." And just like the tortoise and the hare, guess what's happening? I'm fucking losing.
He's winning. He's the Ralph Emil is winning, but I will defeat it. I will beat Ralph in the weight loss competition. There's no one that can stop me from winning this.
Oh, you should. You should.
I'm dedicated. But anyways,
It's been 5 weeks I had a beer.
So first off, I'd like to say that Mr. Deadman produces some of the only live streams that I will actually watch. I don't watch a lot of live streams because they're shit. But Mr. Deadman will produce stuff that I will watch. I only really watch like Mormon Shaggy and Mr. Deadman and Surfer occasionally. But Mr. Deadman, I never know what's going to happen on a Mr. Deadman stream. People say he's boring, but he always has like something. Like he has that tension, right? That you never know what he's going to do next to. You know, he might just be droning on about something, but he'll just whip out something and then like, holy shit! And so that's what I love about Mr. Deadman, dude. He's the slow burn content creator, dude. So I'd like to that's my pitch for the Mr. Deadman, dude.
okay. Well, that's great.
I mean, there was a couple streams where I I think I did it twice, where I stabbed myself, like once,
Yeah,
with a blood quib.
I love those streams where you just get.
I'm gonna stab myself. Like, that's good stuff.
I did that once, and the video got flagged down by YouTube for violence and self.
Well, I guess you have to do it in a way where it's so theatrical, where even YouTube censors are like, "This guy's retarded. Like he's not actually doing it.
It's fake.
He's trying so hard to be like Alex Jones fake. This is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab myself, guys. I'm for real." He's like,
and where did you get that tiger painting, dude? What's the real story behind it, dude? What's its significance? What does it mean, dude?
it's tied to my childhood. This painting used to hang up above the piano at my grandma's house, and I learned how to play the piano. I still don't really know how to play the piano, okay? But it would hang above, and I'm like, one day, I love that painting. I was like, one day that painting's gonna be in my house.
And now that
So that's true?
That's
So
it.
That's a true story? That's not one of your lies about being molested? That's the real story?
No, there was no molest. No, if you want to hear about my molestation story, I was molested by my cousin. You want to hear about that?
Wait, that's
Whoa,
real?
let's not go there. That's be dark. Let's not do that.
Wait, that's what? That's real? No, wait.
I don't know. What's real? What's not real? No, but the story about the painting is real. That is true. It's not Israel. It's not Jewish, but it is real. Okay.
I believe
Right.
it. It makes sense. It's a good story. I mean, even if it isn't real, who cares? It's a good story. It's nice.
No, I need to
people like a good
understand
story.
Mr. Deadman here for my file.
Your file.
You got a folder on me? You have a folder on Mr. Dead.
He
Please don't tell me you have a folder on your desktop that says Mr. Deadman or Brap King.
Not on my desktop.
Oh, he's got a paperback. He's got a real notebook.
Uh oh.
All
That's not like
pages full of Mr. Deadman lore.
What's that anime called? Death Journal, Death Book,
Death Note.
Death Notebook,
Death Journal.
Death
that's
Note.
right, dude.
Death Journal is right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's corrected. All of it. Just beautiful, beautiful work.
What do you have in there?
Daimo, do you have anyone else in notebooks? I know. Do you have like Shaggy and like Rudy on notebooks? I know you did at one point.
Let's see. And you think I'm joking? Like, it's written down. Let's see.
He's not joking. You're like the Batman of this sphere. You're like collecting information from everybody.
March 5th,
Hey.
2022. Mr. Deadman tweeted 4 times, and he streamed for 4 hours on 2 separate channels.
Is that a
Wow.
real? Is that a real?
You keep track of me. Wow. Well, did we go back further? Like, have we crossed paths before this?
I'm your
Did you
son,
submit a
Mr.
story to
Deadman,
Deadman's
too.
Tome or
I'm
something?
your bastard son, dude.
Mr. Deadman, you are the father. Remember that affair you had with that Japanese woman back in Hong Kong?
Back in Hong Kong.
Back at home. It was in Japan.
It was in Hong Kong.
Back in Hong Kong. That Mexican restaurant.
What was her name? Say your mother's name, Daimo.
Say her name. You better. Oola. Oola.
Wait, does that mean that
Her name was
Daimo is?
out too.
Does that mean
I
that
thought her name was Maria.
Daimo? Does that mean you're Daimo
I don't know
Deadman?
a Japanese name.
You means you're Deadman's?
I'm Daimo Deadman.
Wow. DAIYMO Deadman.
Surfer and Mr. Deadman mix their sperm
Well,
together.
I'm very lucky though. I'm very fortunate that your mom never claimed child support, so that's good.
Because my mom
I'm sorry
was Faith Dickerson.
No, he's come from the future.
Wait a second. Yeah, are you from the future? Or did I actually have sex with?
It's impossible because Faith
Faith
Vickers
Vickers.
only has had one child, so it must be Faith Vickers from the future and an Asian version of you creating this beautiful Japanese boy.
In the future, everyone is Chinese.
Oh my God.
Holy shit! Goddamn.
Well,
Oh, guys,
well, that's some deep lore.
this is good.
This is deep lore. I didn't realize we were going to go this fucking weird deep with this, man. I'm proud of you for telling the truth, Daimo.
It's good to get deep. You have me and you have the DAIYMO on, and we've been warring, right? We have some beef, but it's all peace now. All good stuff.
I'm just so proud of Daimo for finally confronting his father like this and telling the truth and admitting and being honest and really speaking
Now we
from the
play
heart.
catch.
Now
We can play ball in the front yard now.
you can play with Mr. Bojangles in the front yard. Yeah.
Wait! Don't play with my balls, son. That's kind of weird. Okay, we're just
Mr.
tossing the
Bodangle.
ball back and forth.
Mr. Bojangles.
Mr. Bodangle.
Why has Daimo gone so dark? He's become like a night cryptid. He's become a demon.
Go into that computer program, and type in a DAIMO trail cam, and this is what you'll see.
Now, Deadman, last Friday you said you wanted to talk to us about grifters. I think we've had a good movie
Yeah.
discussion here. Unless you wanted to talk to us about anything, movies you've seen recently, or anything you want to talk about with like that.
Oh well, last thing I want to say about I don't know, it was the last thing, but it doesn't have to be the last thing. But as far as horror movies go, man, I rewatched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. I used to think it was okay because Jessica Biel is like halfway. You see her midriff throughout the whole movie, and that's not bad. Right? If you think with Coomer Brain, that's not bad. But what the fuck is up with the baby? Why is there a goddamn baby? Like, I don't understand why she's even ending with the baby. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
It's
No.
retarded.
I haven't seen that. I've seen the original. The original is one of my
The
favorites.
original's fine. The original's great. The original's like it's a staple. It's a horror staple. Okay, but and there's so many things wrong with the 2003 ones. Like, they could have shot it like a documentary style, whatever. But whatever, that was fine. There's Jessica Biel there. It's fine. Okay, it looks hot and sweaty. It's Texas. I believe it. Whatever. But then, what the fuck is up with the baby? And it even ends. The ending scene is Jessica Biel looking at the baby, and the baby's like cooing. He's like, what? Like, why? Why is it there? Doesn't need to be there. Doesn't need to be there.
Well, as a resident expert on Big Baby, I can tell you why. That the 2003 director, he knew the Big Baby podcast would come one day. He knew that one day we'd be reviewing this, and that's why he did it, so that we would know that it was a message to the future to let the Big Baby podcast know that he was watching, he was ready for us, and he was ready to interpret.
That's right,
and that's what it makes the most sense to me. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an interesting one to me because when I watched it, I was kind of shocked considering how old it is, like how like modern it feels, like how like it's a very like even compared to like Halloween, which came out around the same time, it feels like very like modern paced, and like it feels like a movie like from like the 90s to like the early 2000s, like it feels like a movie from the 90s, but it comes from like the early 70s. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
I do like it. It's a good movie. It's just interesting, to me the pacing, like it's just weird. Like it feels like a movie like out of time, out of place, but like released like way earlier than I should have, which is how
it was ahead of its time in that way, and it pretty much established the documentary style or found footage style, because that's how it looked. It looked like we weren't supposed to be seeing what you saw.
Yeah,
right. There was you somehow. It was back in the 70s, so you're not hacking any camera or anything like that. You're just there. You're like a fly on the wall. You're like, am I supposed to be in this? What's going on?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting movie. It's people sometimes discount horror movies as like lowbrow, and like when I went to film school, they talked a little bit about horror, but they really didn't talk a ton about like horror and like the history of film stuff. But I think that movie is actually important in the history of film for like production and stuff. I think it's actually like a unique film.
Which is kind of sad because there are some really old horror movies that pretty much have established the genre. They set the groundwork, and every movie since then has pretty much duplicated that.
Right.
Like, you have Psycho, which is like, the original slasher, but you have the original Black Christmas, the original Black Christmas, not all this fucking stupid remakes.
Yeah.
But like, just about every fucking slasher flick since has duplicated that formula, because it's a working formula, sort of. I mean, you have a group, and they're all going to be like stereotypes in various ways. Okay, but yeah, I mean,
well, I mean, I think for me, it's interesting when you have a formula movie to understand why the formula works, and why, like, if you're writing a story or something, why sometimes it's good to rely on those, or like what you should be taking out of that. Like the underlying message of those like movies in my mind is that people don't like people who are like sleeping around, that there's like an underlying current that we feel like people who are like sexually promiscuous deserve to die. Like that's like the underlying current in the back of people's heads, like a subconscious thing. And then if you can understand the formula of that, like you can write a story. It doesn't have to be a slasher movie, but if you have that in your mind that subconsciously people are okay with like this, you can do a lot with stories. But I mean, horror movies are what they are. I think when I did film something, they obviously didn't know Nosferatu and a lot of the early like black and white silent horror movies, they were part of the curriculum. But a lot of it was shit that I don't think is important, like French art films like fucking Godard, which I don't like. But it is what it is. I don't know.
Fuck you, Gahoole.
Were you ever a fan of like
Godard's fucking great.
I hate
you hate Suspiria?
I like Suspiria. I hate Breathless. I fucking hate Breathless. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. The jump cuts.
Great. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I hate it.
I hate Halloween. It's boring, you. It's gay.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'll take that. You don't like the original. I like Halloween 3 better than I like Halloween 1, unironically. I think Halloween 3 is the best movie in the series, but I fucking hate...
Halloween 3 is good.
I hate Breathless. I hate the jump cuts. It reminds me of fucking Ray William Johnson video, okay? It's like jumping around and shit. I hate the editing. I hate the story. I hate the acting. I hate the pacing. I hate everything about it. Fuck France. You're not gonna respond back? Nothing to clap back at me with that?
Yes, he has no
It's a matter
response.
of taste, dude. I mean, it's very well done, dude. They just went out and made a movie. No script or anything, dude. I mean, it's impressive that it's like watchable at all, dude. I mean, he invented
At
the
least
jump.
Brap King hires gets a slave from the local market.
You know what I think? I don't think brothers can lace a single shoelace on the Brap King's shoes. Okay, I don't think it even comes close to the level. And I don't think it belongs in film history discussion. I think it's a fucking waste. It's terrible. Boo!
You like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies. I don't think your opinion fucking matters.
I know it doesn't, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Have you seen Breathless, Deadman? Mr. Deadman?
I have not seen Breathless.
Okay.
It sounds
You
hard.
like hot babes, Mr. Deadman?
Wait, you're selling me on this?
There's a hot babe. One of
do.
the hottest babes of all time in Breathless, too. With big titters. And they're in France, everybody's dressed cool, there's big tits. Like, what else do you want to? All you need is a girl and a gun. Jean-Luc Godard.
Okay,
Gahoole
I'm seeing it now. She's okay, but
I mean, she's not the hottest in that movie.
Well, you know what? I just didn't enjoy it. I thought it was stupid.
I didn't enjoy this podcast.
No!
no. What about horror movies that kind of flip the script? Let's say, I don't know what you guys think about this one. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. Like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, like something like that. It's kind of like,
I remember that movie. I remember like mildly enjoying that movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think I saw it back in high school.
it's simple. But you just take the concept of like rednecks. You take Texas Chainsaw Massacre and like, Leatherface. Movies like that where you have like, was it Hatchet, where you have like rednecks, hillbillies being the murderer, or whatever. It's like you kind of reverse it, kind of flip it around a little bit. That's kind of cool.
I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, where Tobe Hooper just spits in the face of everyone who liked the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That movie's fucking amazing with Dennis Hopper. Have you seen that, Gahoole?
I haven't seen that one. It sounds good.
It's amazing, and like
it's not the first one.
He's just screaming. I love the first one. It's amazing, but the second one's like Gremlins 2, which is silly. And Dennis Hopper's running around with a chainsaw screaming, "Tear it all down! Tear it all down!"
See, that sounds like art.
That's
I like horror movies that flip the script. I think the one that always comes to mind is Tremors. You think like the people in the basement are gonna die, and then you turn around, they got the fucking like elephant gun to kill the thing. And the crazy gun nuts are the ones who save the day. That's a movie that I enjoy. Tremors. I think Tremors is good. Tremors is a good movie. It's a good monster flick. I enjoy that stuff. But DAIYMO, what's your number one horror movie of all time?
Great.
Number one horror.
Yeah. Besides Rave Party Massacre, of course. I know it's biased, I know, but besides Rave Party Massacre.
I really like Return of the Living Dead. I like that movie a lot, too.
Okay.
Oh, that one's good. That one actually has a pretty good tit scene, too. Some good TNA.
Like, it's not the most scary film of all time, but I just really enjoy it. It has that beautiful 80s sort of horror nonsense that I really enjoy. I watch that.
That's one where everything gets reanimated because of the rain. Sorry, I talked over you. Sorry.
Yeah. Because they opened that canister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had that chick dancing on top of the graves.
Yeah.
Just fucking wild, dude. I think that's a legit line that the black guy says. Dude, she's fucking wild or something like that.
Yeah.
Quick aside, for the person who's trying to call in, we'll take call-ins later. But call back when we do call-ins. I'll let you know when we're doing call-ins. I actually have the call-in line thing open. I should probably take it off. I'll put it back on when we're doing call-ins. Sorry about that. But
sorry guys, I was a major diva before this. Okay, I'm a super diva. I was like, okay, guys, no call-ins. I want green M&Ms in the break room. Okay?
He also said he
blue M&Ms.
You said, we can't say the N-word, but you specifically forbade me and DAIYMO from saying the N-word. So, I understand you don't want to say it in your presence because you're worried you won't be able to get another beautiful black queen for the Brap King series, Right. You can't get the big beautiful...
We have to be slave jokes, okay?
Now
what's going to happen is if I hire her again, she's going to have to whip me a couple times. But like, okay.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to be very disappointed about that, Deadman. I'm going to be very, very disappointed.
I will be.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't really tell my wife exactly what I was doing that day. I was like, I'm going to be filming something.
I'm glad
I
you're
kind of told her
aware.
recently.
I'm glad you're aware that would have been a bad look to your wife. I'm glad you're aware that that's not exactly what your wife would want you to see.
I kind of leak details. I kind of dripped them to her.
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay, piece by piece about what's happening. Like I could have say that a half-naked samurai guy is messing with piece by piece. What exactly is doing what I'm doing on the internet?
Well, that makes sense. Now, Deadman, you bring up an interesting point. I asked the other guys played this before. How aware is your wife of what goes on the internet? Is she
What am I doing?
like? Does she watch your content? Does she watch your streams? Is she your number one fan, or is she? No, she doesn't watch.
No, she hates it. She absolutely hates it. She absolutely hates it. She hates it. She hates all of this, all of it.
Okay,
which is fine. Which is fine. It's what I do. She could be. I think. It's fine. It's good.
What about now? This is something that I've thought and I've worried about for myself. So it's not a personal thing. What do you think's going to happen?
DAIYMO, you wouldn't. DAIYMO wants to say something. DAIYMO, what's going on?
DAIYMO, say
Go
something.
giddy over there.
I was just thinking.
You want to say she's in the room with Charles, don't you?
No, I was just thinking about my imaginary girlfriend who I will get mad because I'm watching Mr. Deadman who will get mad. I'll be like, shut up, I'm watching Mr. Deadman. I hate Mr. Deadman. Are you talking to fucking Surfer again?
Oh no.
So that's what I was thinking about.
Shit. One of the things that I sometimes worry about with my videos is what's going to happen one day when I eventually have children, what they're going to think when they see what their dad has done on the internet. Do you ever worry about your kids discovering your content and what they'll think of you?
I do worry about that, and my kids know what I do, kind of, sort of. My son does. My son watches YouTube. He watches like Minecraft, safe Minecraft stuff. I check what he watches. I mean, he asks me just about every day, "Are you ever gonna do something that's like family friendly?" I'm like, "Well, maybe. I can't just now start streaming Minecraft on my channel. I look weird. Look like I'm kind of grooming." I didn't explain to him that way. It would look weird, right? Now, what is Mr. Deadman gonna start doing Minecraft friendly streams, and he has all this horror content in the back or whatever? All these previous streams where he used to say the N word and the F word, all that stuff.
You should play Minecraft with DJ Axelu. Have a nice different channel. Axel and Deadman play Minecraft.
Now, to be fair, Deadman, that is exactly what PewDiePie did. He said the N word on stream. He had all this edgy content, and then he went and made Minecraft videos. So you can just emulate him, and then. There's no reason you can't. Well, why don't we get the Council of Evil to make a collective gaming channel where we play video games together, and then we just have you and Axel and Surfer and me all play Minecraft together? Why don't we just do that?
Well, we play all like the kid. We play all the I guess the meme games. Like what is the Huggy Wuggy shit? What is that? You know what I'm talking about? Huggy Wuggy?
No, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I think
Huggy
that's
Wuggy.
anal rape.
Anal vape?
I know.
That's anal rape, though.
Anal vape, I think you mean. My good friend.
Out.
We have to get Anal Vape on the show sometime. By the way, Dime, we have to get him on to talk about
you say this every day.
Not every day, but I'm just planting
every
the
single
seeds.
day. You call me up in the middle of the day and say anal vape and hang up.
It's true. Poppy Playtime.
Poppy Playtime. There we go. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is. Someone in the chat said it, but yeah.
Yeah. That's a game that some kids play.
Well, we can play
really like that stuff.
We can play Poppy Playtime or or something or whatever, I guess.
We can play Body Trauma. We can play Submarine.
Pretty much a hide and seek. I mean, a lot of those horror games are pretty much hide and seek anymore. Like you just run away from whatever's chasing you. That's it. You just run away. Just run away.
Actually, you know what? Unironically, Deadman, I think if we played the submarine game, I would trust you to be our captain. Mr. Deadman would be the captain of our ship, of the submarine.
Okay.
I have to be the engineer because I'm the only one that knows how to fucking play you.
I don't know how the fuck to play. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. Now, Deadman, you, what was I gonna say? I lost my brain. I think I'm having an aneurysm. DAIYMO, take over.
Nice.
DAIYMO, take over for a second. DAIYMO, take over. Ask him a question.
So, Mr. Deadman, dude, you have a very distinctive look in your stream, dude. What inspired you to have this distinctive look?
Are you serious? I'm sorry. What? Just putting on the fucking shades? That?
It's iconic, dude.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's better than my fucking eyes. My eyes have fucking bags, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, hide it again. Look at that. Horrible. Oh, I played a lot of Duke Nukem as a kid. Okay, all right. There you go. I thought Duke Nukem was cool.
Duke
all right.
Duke Nukem is cool. Actually, that's a very valid reason to wear
He is cool.
sunglasses.
Oh man, my friend, he sent me something that they're gonna make a movie out of Duke Nukem.
They might.
But I was like, man, they're gonna turn Duke Nukem gay. Dude, watch this. The Duke Nukem movie they want to work on. He's gonna have a lady boy. He's not gonna be gay, but he's gonna be big in a lady boy from Bangkok. Okay, that's what's gonna happen.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Duke Nukem is gonna be pansexual because that'll be bad. I'm badass. I'll fuck anything with 2 legs. That'll be what they try to do. It's like Rick and Morty, like Reddit, like super, like, oh, I'll fuck anything, bro. That's what it's gonna be. That's what I'm. That's probably what they're gonna do. But what actually? Did you see the Duke Nukem 2001 leak that came out? The Duke Nukem Forever 2001 leak.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
I saw that on Civi2 channel, whatever. Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
Now, Deadman, here's the real question. What would you do if you found your son watching Surfer? What would you do?
He's not old enough. Stop. Don't do it.
No, Surfer. What if he just stumbled across?
No.
What if he stumbled across the Kino Casino on his day?
No.
Would
No.
you allow him to
No. No.
You have to get the belt out for that.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. First off,
What if
not
you
even because of the host.
What if you found him donating money to the Kino Casino with your credit card? Would that upset
Oh.
you?
No.
What if you said
Shut that down.
Super chats. What if your son started watching your streams like covertly, like undercover? Would you be upset? He froze.
Is he freezing
He
dude?
froze.
I think it was some internet.
Are you back?
I was freezing up for a bit.
You're good. Are you back?
I'm here. I'm here. Okay.
Would you? What if your son started watching you? Like, what would you do then? What would you like?
I would tell him, don't watch me. Don't watch me. I say inappropriate things. That's not good. That's
fair.
Not good.
That's fair. That's
you
a
shouldn't
fair.
watch me.
You're a fair father. I can't
my
blame you.
vocabulary is that from like that from the 90s.
Yeah.
You know.
What if your son wanted to become a Ralph male? Would you let him be a Ralph male like yourself? I'm sorry, I'm just curious about this. Like, there's very few actual like what I would consider like well-adjusted fathers on this side, like this side of the net. Like most of them like deadbeat. They don't take care of their kids, but obviously that's not you. So I'm wondering, as a person who actually cares about their kids' things and like connected to this, what's to do? Because that's gonna be me. This is gonna be me in like potentially 5 to 10 years. What the fuck am I gonna do? That's what I'm wondering.
15 years, dude.
15.
Well, I hope he never watches the kill stream, not because I don't want him to be a Ralph male, but because he's too young. Okay,
Yeah, that's
maybe
fair.
when he's 15, 16, and Ralph male energy still go wrong. Hopefully.
The Ralph male energy will burn forever. The light of Ethan Ralph will burn forever. He's a never-ending.
I will die before Ethan Ralph dies, too.
It's true, we all will. As someone who, I'm not even the biggest Ethan Ralph fan, but I will admit, Ethan Ralph will still be streaming when the world ends. He will never stop. You can't stop him. He's an
He'll be a brain in
Yeah, he
a
won't
jar.
stop.
and
He
you
won't
know,
stop. Yeah.
you know, man, death, taxes, and the kill stream. The only thing certain in life.
Is there anyone in this sector who you would let your son watch you?
Yeah,
The DAIYMO.
you let him watch that time.
At least you didn't say Rusty Special, am I right?
Hey,
Rusty Special is a murderer. He's a murderer.
it's a piece
No.
of shit.
No, the truth is, the reality is, I watch everything he watches. In that, as far as I check, we only have one TV in the house. That's a lie. We have two, but one has a Super Nintendo hooked up to it,
That's fair.
and they rarely play that. oddly enough, that's in my son's room. So I was like, hey, there you go. You can play it. He rarely does.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch whatever he's watching because it's on the main TV. It's in the living room. And if it's anything inappropriate, which sometimes it is, I'm like, hey, no, cut that off. Cut that off.
That's fair. What kind of TV you got hooked him up? You got hooked him up with a CRT for the Super Nintendo? Or just got a flat screen with the Super Nintendo?
Oh, it's a flat screen. It's not a CRT. It would be nice if it was a CRT.
Get a beautiful PVM like
I
me.
know. I see what you see. That's the thing too. When I play the retro games, I don't have that sort of setup. I kind of wish I did, but I don't. So it's all emulated. You know,
I mean,
it kind of sucks, but it runs well. It's fine. It's fine. It's easier. I don't have to worry about it not working. It's gonna work.
Well, emulation has gotten very good in the last couple of years. I think if we were talking like 10 years ago, I think that it's kind of whatever setup. But like nowadays, emulation is good enough, like especially for low end stuff, that you're pretty much good up to like probably even the PS3 generation. You've got a good PC. But the question is, Deadman, if you want the good CRT setup, my recommendation: check out Medical Supply Clearinghouse. I got this bad boy for $10. My PVM for $10. That was the good deal. You gotta look for the good shit.
All right, I think my internet.
You're back.
Yeah, got to get the good shit.
Yep,
I'm back.
Yeah,
sorry. I guess I'm dropping some.
Yeah, it's okay.
Stuff.
But yeah, now the question is, do you have like a flash cart for his Super Nintendo? Or you just have like a bunch of games from back when you were a kid that he plays?
A bunch of games. He has Super Mario World, but not the real one. The real one's at his aunt's house or sister-in-law's house. Okay. He has the Return to Dinoland, which is a fan-made one, which is why he doesn't play it because it's a little bit harder. It's not too hard. It's just a little bit harder.
Yep.
And then Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4.
It's a good one.
Killer Instinct,
Yep.
which my daughter actually likes that game, and then she's younger. She pretty much beats up my son.
That's great. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, as a avid retro game collector myself, I just had to know what the situation with the Super Nintendo was. I've got the Super FX card.
Let me tell you,
Go ahead. You think you cut out?
I was gonna say, I have Zelda: Link to the Past, right? But that card is so old.
We're losing him.
I was playing it, and then I went back to play it again, and like it stopped. It stopped. Yeah, you're losing me. I was saying that my save file on the Link to the Past card deleted itself because it was so old. Like the battery is not good anymore.
Well, it's pretty easy to replace the battery. I mean, if you never need help, I can show you how to do it. It's a pretty easy swap. It's just like one of those like watch batteries. You have to unscrew it and then pop the battery out and pop a new one in. If your save file's already gone, it's not super difficult to do. But as an avid retro game collector myself, I had all my Super Nintendo games stolen from me by my sister, and basically sold. From what I can tell, I can't find them anymore, so that sucks. But I just bought a flash cart and you put every Super Nintendo game on it. It was like $80, which is expensive, but if you consider the cost of per Super Nintendo game, it's a better. If you want like 2 or 3 Super Nintendo games now, it's cheaper just to buy a flash cart and just put every game on there. That's what I did. That's the way to go.
Oh yeah, definitely, because those prices for real games is
insane.
Crazy.
It's insane. Because all these fucking hidden.
It's not even practical. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And
like,
it's all the fucking hidden gem YouTube channels, like fucking Metal Jesus Rocks coming and says, "Hi guys, welcome. Here's a new hidden gem for the Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. Little obscure game not everyone knows about. There's fucking more copies of Super Mario World in the world than there are Super Nintendos, but that game still goes for like $40. It's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid.
Right.
Makes no sense. Like same thing with Link to the Past. Link to the Past is a game that probably like everyone who had Super Nintendo had, right? There's millions of copies of that game sold, but because it's a Zelda game, $100 for a fucking not in box copy. Fuck off! I ain't paying that shit. Well, whatever.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Now, Deadman, you wanted to talk to us about grifting. I think we've had enough discussion of stuff. It's time. What do you want to talk about?
It's time to begin the grift.
What do you want to talk to us about, grifting?
Well, I love y'all's conversation. Hopefully, my Wi-Fi internet is good here in this elaborate studio of mine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so grifting has been a thing that I think in this sphere it constantly comes up. Like, don't be a grifter, or who is a grifter? What is grifting? Mm-hmm. As soon as you start asking for money or putting like a little donation thing, it's like, oh, he's a grifter. Oh, what is he doing? Mm-hmm. And I listened to y'all's conversation. I thought it was you had some merits. I mean, you brought some good things. How like there's certain content creators that they actually do something with, and I think you brought up was like what's the name, the movie critic guy, Doug Walker.
Yeah,
right.
Nostalgia Critic. Yeah,
Nostalgia Critic.
You can tell he puts production into his fucking videos, and the reality is, Nostalgia Critic. I don't even know if he has a Patreon. Does he? I don't know if he has one. I mean, I know he did Indiegogo once, but I think he just makes all. Nostalgia Critic is even the biggest grifter. He isn't even asking ad donos. He just has like fucking sponsorship spots, which is crazy.
Right. And even his brother, right? His brother does the other review thing. Is that right?
Rob, I think Rob does stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but in this sphere, like, what is it like? As soon as someone puts a donation thing on their live stream, it's like, oh, they're a horrible grifter. I always looked at it like, it's just like a tip jar. It's someone who's like, I guess a street performer or whatever. Right. I guess realistically, being in the drama sphere, we're all a bunch of like homeless bums on the side of the street just shouting about, oh my god, this guy's a pedophile. You won't believe it. Oh my god, this guy's a fag. Sorry.
I have the evidence. I've proven that he's a pedophile. I have the evidence. Look at the documents. Look at the data. Look at the data.
It's like we all. I guess you would have illustrated. We all look like crazy bums while there's like a donation thing above us, and it's like I guess some people throw money our way, some people don't. I don't know. Like, I guess is it greasy?
I guess on my take with the donation stuff, and I'm probably not gonna ever. I mean, I've said that I might need to do something for my site at some point because that I have to pay for, and at some point I don't know. I mean, if something happens to me, I like my site to be able to continue to exist, so I might have to set up something for that. But for me, the thing with donations to like content creators at all is I think DAIYMO said, like, is the money going to something? Is the money being used to make the content better? And with something like, I don't want to be like harp on Kino Casino, but that's the one that comes to mind. They get thousands of dollars of donations per episode, and PvP streamer setup still looks the exact same. He doesn't have a better quality camera. He doesn't have a better quality mic. I don't think he even uses a mic. I think he just uses his built-in stuff. And I think honestly, Worski has a lot of good streamer setup. And I think they should be using some of that money to increase like the production value of their show. Something that has to go back into the business. Like if you're running a business, like some of your revenue has to go back into your production. It just has to. I guess it's good enough for them. But if they want to keep this going, like they should be fucking putting it back into making like the quality setup better. PPP's internet setup better, paying for better internet quality. Like that should be in there. But they're just that doesn't seem that way. It doesn't feel like that's what's going on with the money. Whereas something like my go-to for like good internet donation show is OSW Review, which is a wrestling review podcast. I've been donating to them for a couple of years now, and ever since I started donating to them, the more they get donations, the better. First of all, they started putting episodes out quicker, and they're still the same quality, if not better. So that's a great thing. I'm getting more content for what, even because I'm paying, and they give if you do donate to their Patreon, they give you like behind the scenes stuff, and they give you updates, but. The quality of the show is keeping up, and they're adding new segments, and they're doing more stuff. It feels like they're really like trying to be a production company with their podcast, where they're actually trying.
Okay.
Where it feels like, you're paying for a service, you're paying for a product, or paying to paying for them to produce something, It really feels like I'm paying per episode to like get something good. Whereas with something like, Jim's Patreon at the time, or even like YMS is who I consider like the negative side. Whereas like YMS, as they got Patreon donations, they started producing content slower, and their content got worse. Or like Spoonie is a good example.
Definitely, yeah.
As soon as they switched to Patreon, Spoonie's episodes came out slower, and they got worse because they're no longer dependent on per episode revenue. And their only drive to make this stuff was clearly just the money they make. Whereas with OSW, clearly their drive.
Can I say so? I have an autistic rant for a moment too.
Yeah, please.
About YMS.
Please.
Have you guys seen the fucking Lion King review that he did? That's like 8 hours long, about a fucking animated film for children,
No.
Like I understand, it's about Jon Favreau's Lion King,
the new one.
And spoiler alert: the furry weirdo didn't like it. Spoiler alert. So he did an 8-hour review going over everything in the film and every interview Jon Favreau did. And it's the most autistic thing I've ever seen, and I sort of want to physically assault the man, It's so bad. And Mr. Deadman's leaving because he can't handle it. Yeah. It's so autistic, even to say it out loud,
8 hours.
But that's like over 3 hours.
Over 8 hours or 3 hours?
It's over 3 hours. Dude.
That's longer than the fucking movie. That's almost twice the length of the fucking movie. There's no reason a review of a movie should be longer than the movie itself. That's like I maintain that it should be half the length at most.
Oh, that's true.
There's no.
It's not like he had anything of any value. Yeah, it was bad. Of course it was bad. Why wouldn't it be bad?
Yeah, it's just like what's there to say? But like it's just an intense. YMS's thought, and I've always hated YMS with what especially after he switches to Patreon, like the quality dip. YMS's thought is longer equals quality, but that's not the case. Quantity does not fucking equal quality. You should be able to condense your thoughts into a brief, concise package and like get it out to someone, especially if you're doing an edited review. Like a long form podcast like this, sometimes longer is better because there's just more conversation then. But fucking a YMS review, it's that the whole point is it's an edited bullet point by bullet point that's like concise and like you get like a fucking funny review of that out of it. Like I'm not that interested in like YMS's like actual analytical takes on films. I'm interested in his funny comedy moments about movies. That's what I'm interested in. But he won't give it to me because he's a gay furry. Fucking piece of shit.
He's a super serious man though. He doesn't have autism, I'll tell you that much. That's one thing we can know for sure.
Yeah, he is.
He doesn't have autism.
Yeah, if you find yourself stretching out all the details for why a movie is bad, then you just need to wrap it up. Like, I don't really do movie reviews because it's like, what am I going to say? Especially if I don't like it. It's like, well, I don't like it. But I obviously have some hard movie reviews on my old channel, I guess my main channel. But it's like, well, I don't really do that much, especially if it's a movie that I don't like. What am I going to say? I just don't like it. Well, unless I could find something
interesting to say. So for me, movie reviews, as someone who's like thought about being a movie reviewer as for a career in the past, like I feel like reviews offer a couple of like services. It's like why they exist. They either offer as a chance to critique or like what I would consider like an analyst. Like you're not really like the problem is people come into reviews, they think they have to be critical all the time. It's the idea is supposed to analyze and add to the movie by like interpreting it and like bringing like a thought, like you're writing essentially like an essay or like a fucking interpretation of the movie. That's one way to do. Another way to do is like the Roger Ebert style, which is like a bullet point like short summary style, which I think is kind of useless now. And the third essentially is you're acting as a tastemaker, right? You're acting as like your opinion's valuable because you have a lot of experience with the subject, so you can offer like this is good because of this. Go watch it because of this. Don't watch it because of this. That's like why, because some people don't fucking know whether they're gonna like it. Most people are fucking retards. They won't know going in whether a movie's gonna be good or not based on like the title of the poster. Whereas like we're intelligent people and we spend a lot of time watching movies, so we can know before we even go see the movie what the quality it's gonna be usually based on the director, not shit. But most people don't know that, so they don't.
And I'll be a little bit nicer than Gahoole and say that when you're a baby you don't have taste yet. In a lot of ways that you develop taste is by listening to these tastemakers and agreeing or disagreeing with them.
Yep.
And then eventually you grow out of them and you become your own tastemaker.
Exactly. And so you're helping people, and even if like you aren't, even just like just to get someone's like basic like, oh, did I enjoy it or not. That's why I like Brad Jones still and why I watch Cinema Stop stuff, because I like to see his like movie reviews, because I generally think that we have similar taste in shit, me and Brad Jones. So if he likes something, I'll think, oh, I'll probably go like it and maybe enjoy it too because he likes it. That's my baseline. And so the problem with YMS is I don't think his analysis is that interesting or in depth to actually warrant being an analyst, but he's trying to be that when really he should just be a comedian who's like making edited funny videos. It's stupid.
Right.
It's stupid.
And going back to the grifting thing, what you said, I think actually has some merit to it, and that if you're not actually using the money to I guess increase your production, if it's just going to cigars and booze and beer, like it is for me. I mean, that's what it kind of is, right? I mean, because when you donate to a streamer, what are you getting? You're just pretty much helping them out. That's kind of what it is. That's how I see it. You kind of have to pick and choose if you want to support that, and you see a lot of people that do, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, it is, but is it bad? Is it like morally or ethically bad? Is it like what is?
It doesn't.
What is it?
It's not about whether it's morally, ethically. It's whether it's good for the content creator. Whether it will, what in your mind, what is your money getting you, and what will you get back? For me, always in your head, you think, oh, you donate to a Patreon because you want more of the videos, right? But for me, recursively, I found that sometimes when I've donated to Patreons in the past, I've gotten less videos and worse quality videos out of it. So you need to selectively choose who can handle money well and can handle the Patreon system well. That will allow you to get good videos, but also get quality back. But then don't sell yourself short, Deadman. You got a fucking setup. You've got like a shelf thing. You've got a streamer room that you've spent time and energy on. You've got a fucking mic with an arm and everything. I know DAIYMO doesn't, but like that DAIYMO doesn't need to. That's what his fucking presentation is. But you know, when DAIYMO makes his, if DAIYMO isn't asking for money, but if you are asking for money, yeah, it's true. You maybe aren't doing anything with now, but at one time you spent money to get a microphone arm on a camera and everything set up.
No,
You put fucking production value into your shit. You know, and it's like you have a semi-professional looking setup, you know, and maybe one day when your mic breaks, you'll have to buy a new microphone, so you can use your tip money to buy a new microphone so you can keep doing shit. That's, you know, that's what you fucking have your setup for. And to me, the problem is that when you pay for a grift, the grifting is when you're begging for something just to have money, just to like, you know, the point I was making in the stream is that a lot of times you're paying just to get attention from the streamer, right? You're paying to get attention from this character. It's like a fucking OnlyFans thing where like you're paying to get like, attention from eDaddy. Whereas sometimes you just want to pay someone, you know, I mean, I guess you're right. Sometimes you just want to tip someone, but like it's a different quality. It's hard to measure.
I feel like
read my question, Daddy Jim. How about that? Can you read my question, Daddy Jim? Can you tell me what you think about it? So I know what to think about it, please.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like people look at this in a very bizarre way, and not the same way that we look at every other transaction we make in our lives. You know, transaction, in my view, you know, you're grifting. Like Fidel said in the chat, if you misrepresent what you're selling and give someone else a different thing, like fraud, essentially. I don't care about how it affects the person donating, and I don't care how it affects the streamer, like on an emotional level. Because I mean, when I go to a restaurant, and I pay someone to cook me a meal, I don't care how it makes them feel emotionally, how it affects the whole restaurant industry. Like, I feel like that's just sort of disingenuous moral fagging. Like, that's just, no one cares about that, dude.
True. I think
you just want a quality burger, quality steak.
You just want the burger. I guess, who cares where it came from? Dude?
That's true. And I guess the thing is, what do you get when you pay a streamer then? What are you getting back? What's the service you're getting back? And for, you know, like content creators, why you donate to a Patreon is supposed to get videos back. And the question is, I guess for me, the thing that feels scummy is when you pretend to like the people like I think like Deadman, when someone donates to you, you're probably genuinely grateful. When I was with a lot of people like, you know, Kino Casino and people like that, you know, a lot, like, even Jim, I get this vibe big from Jim that he like genuinely doesn't like respect the people who donates to him. Like, he doesn't fucking care that he gets money from people. He just like enjoys having the money. He doesn't respect or enjoy the people. Like,
I'm sure he enjoys having the money.
He enjoys having the money, but he doesn't respect the people who pay him. And it's just like there's a level of disingenuity where it's like the person you pay him because you think he's gonna give you attention, but all he's giving back to you is just like, you know, he'll read this thing and then and there's nothing else. The transaction's like fake. It's a fake transaction.
And someone like Jim, it's very thin. Like, there's only so much he's going to tell you about himself because he's not going to reveal it all, which I understand is how you should. It's safer that way for yourself, and that's probably how I should have handled things. You know, not be so revealing about certain things. But if your content is that you are the personality, and let's say someone donating to Daddy Jim, they're donating to him because he's the personality. They like the personality. They want to know more about him. They want to hang out with him. They see him as their dad, their e-daddy. But in the time he gives them, it's kind of like this superficial, thin, like,
it's like going to hookers.
Well, he's like a whore. He's like a prostitute. Dude.
It's a prostitute. Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that, dude. If they want to pay for a Daddy Jim OnlyFans, dude, why not, dude? But it's their money. If they want to get jerked off by Daddy Jim, that gets them off. Why not, do? To each their own, dude.
I mean, I guess in the end you're right, but at the same time we should shame people, not want them to be whores. I guess that's my thing. We should whore shame is the main thing.
Yeah, people shouldn't be whores, but some people in life are whores, and they serve a purpose.
And I think there's an obfuscation that because he's not selling his body for sex, he's not a whore, but he's a whore. You know, that's what he is. You know, and just, you got to call a whore. Now, someone in the chat asked George Gunn, what do you guys think about the legit grifter channels like Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic? And that's a very different kind of grift. That's very much a, you know, chasing trend and chasing clickbait shit and saying like, oh, here's what I think about, you know, almost like being too, it's like the opposite of like, you know, me, where like I'm negative on everything. They're like positive on everything, so they can be like, they can get money from fans and everything.
Oh, they're negative on a lot of things. But, yeah. I mean, like Geeks and Gamers is, I don't know. Well, I noticed the formula, and it's very easy when like Disney, Star Wars, and everything comes out. It's like it's shit over, but it's like you, they're outraged by it's just they're outraged and negative about stuff that's like, yeah, I get it, it's shit, but are you guys still really into Star Wars? Are you guys still really into Marvel comics or Marvel movies that badly to where it like, but that's their audience. That's what they get. They cater to that. I don't.
I guess, honestly, I guess like it's the fake outrage. It's sort of like with me, like with my site, people get upset like the Marvel movies or Star Wars movies when the first one came out. But if you're still upset now, years after things have been shit for years, it's like, what are you expecting? They've been bad. Star Wars movies have been bad since, I mean, I like the prequels, but if you don't like the prequels, they've been bad since the 90s. Like, why do you keep caring? Like, you should stop.
Well, hold on a second, dude.
The original trilogy is the best trilogy. Sorry.
You like the prequels. You like Misa Step into Duty.
Yeah, I like the prequels.
But you don't like Breathless, dude.
Yes, I do.
Which is your favorite prequeler?
I like it goes back and forth between Phantom Menace and Revenge, but usually it's Revenge of the Sith. I think it's my favorite.
The fact that Phantom Menace is even in the running, sir.
It's not that bad of a movie.
Get your head fucking examined, dude.
I know people love to shit on it, but it's not that bad. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's got good production. It's got really. I mean,
of course, it has good production.
It's pretty movie.
Even the new trilogy has good production.
I disagree.
I disagree.
On them, but they're boring. Dude.
I think they're really good.
Boring.
No, they're really interesting. They've got like really cool scenes, and they're good action, and it's fun. They got good music.
I wish they were shittier.
They are.
It's just boring, dude.
They're just fun movies. I mean, I guess for me, like, I don't hate Anakin, like the young Anakin. I don't hate the Jar Jar stuff. It doesn't like upset me, so it doesn't bother me. It's just funny.
I don't really hate any of it. It's just like nothing, long, and pointless, dude.
But I just like there's like stuff I like in it. Like I like the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are fun. I like Anakin, young Anakin. He's cool. I just like the prequels.
As far as the prequels, yeah, I mean, Phantom Menace, I thought was pretty bad. I mean, did any of us really care what baby Anakin went through? Like young Anakin? I'm like, pod racing? This is what we're doing?
I like pod racing.
Okay,
it was fun. It was exciting. I liked it. To be fair, I was a kid when it came out, and I identified with young Anakin. I thought he reminded me of me because he looks like I had a bowl cut too. So he was literally me.
I'll tell you something. There's a lot of people, Star Wars fans, that really.
Be a fucking bit.
It's not a bit. I'm serious.
There's gonna be something to this. No, I'm gonna relate. I'm gonna relate to Gahoole on this. Okay. There's a lot of Star Wars fans that don't like Return of the Jedi because of the Ewoks. Okay, but I was a kid when I saw that. I was a kid, and of course, when I was a kid, I was very impressionable, and I was like, "Yeah, I like it. I liked it. I like the Ewoks.
I like the Ewoks. They're cool. And you know what? I like Tatooine, like the desert planet. I like the fucking Jewish guy who's clearly a Jewish stereotype. I like him. He's funny. I like how I like Darth Maul. I like how they fight Darth Maul. It's cool. I like the fucking political background shit. The Trade Federation like blocking, like doing a trade blockade. I think that's interesting. I thought it was great.
Okay, that was alright.
I thought it was interesting.
Super interesting. I fell asleep.
Well, it's more different opinions.
Return of the Jedi at least makes sense because there's like things going on here. Like I like Return of the Jedi.
There's things going on.
Happening.
I mean, the plot's. I mean, it's a simple plot. Like there's the trade blockade, so the Jedi go to disrupt it. They get attacked. So they have to like make an emergency landing on Naboo, and they go.
Yeah, it's so simple. You've already just took 45 minutes to describe the opening.
It's a good movie. I like it, and I like all of them. I played the video games about them, and they're good. I just like the vibe of them. They're just comfy movies to me. They have like a great aesthetic, and they're pretty. I'm not
about the CGI though. The CGI back then was like it was a rough period.
I disagree. I think the CGI in those movies looks better than the new CGI. Unironically,
it did age remarkably.
I think the thing is that the animation was done by a much more talented animators. I think the designs and the artistry of it is way better. I think the modern stuff, it's more realistic and it's better in like a fidelity sense. But in fact, the actual animation work and the design of the aliens and everything just feels like way more like tacky and worse. Especially like the anime.
Well, they don't have to. They should shake cam stuff. They fake it sometimes.
Yeah, it's shit. Well, the thing for me is the problem is like when they in the new movie when they blow up all the planets with the super big, like when the Death Star explodes in the new movie, like not the new Death Star, like the big like planet killer thing, it like implodes on itself. It's like this
Star Killer.
Star Killer base when it fucking like implodes and it's all these fucking effects and it just goes woo, woo. But in the old movies, it just blow up like a fucking miniature and it actually looks better because it looks like an actual explosion. Whereas now
that is better.
It just fucking. But like in the original, in the prequels, yeah, the animation, the CGI, it's very clearly CGI, but the animation is good, so I don't care. That's the thing. It looks like computer animation, which I enjoy animation when it's done well. And the problem is that the new movies, it doesn't feel like animation. It feels like they're trying to be real. And it's like, well, you know, I can suspend my. That's why I like the original, the trilogy, the prequels. But
you know, I just want to add this to the record, dude. That you know, I love and enjoy Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat. Because I liked it as a child, dude. It doesn't mean it's one of the greatest films of all time, dude.
I'm not saying that it's the greatest film of all time, but I think the prequels
Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat is actually probably one of the greatest movies of all time.
Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat is one of the greatest movies of all time.
It's really good, dude. People are always shitting on it, dude. But it is really good, dude.
I think the Star Wars prequels are fun movies, and I think they're better than the sequel trilogy, and I like them more than the original.
The Hat is better than all the prequels, dude.
I like the prequels better than the original trilogy. I like them more.
Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Those two are really like they're not bad. I like those movies.
I love Revenge of the Sith. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. That's good.
That's my hot take for you, DAIYMO. That's my genuine opinions.
I didn't even complete the new trilogy. I still haven't seen the last one. I'm not going to.
The last one is the best one because it's the most stupid. It's the most retarded. It's the dumbest movie.
I heard
the dumbest movies I've ever seen, and it's not terrible.
Dude, I heard that there were Star Destroyers that come out from a lake. Yes. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch that. That's retarded. You told me they're underwater the whole time. How are they underwater? That doesn't make any sense.
Is Palpatine still alive? And they drag out the actor, and he's like, they make him be like in this like ghost like octopus tentacle arm thing. And he's got like be suspended in air, like they're literally dragging the corpse of the series out to like suspend it. It's so funny. It's not a good movie, but it is funny. It's actually like it's so bad it has become a parody, and they like make them all fly. I think it's a terrible movie, and it's kind of boring, but it is. I think it's my favorite of the fucking new movies because it's at least like so retarded I can laugh at it.
Cat's harping on the red letter media brainwash people not liking the prequels.
Yeah.
But go home right now and watch the prequels back to back, and you tell me those movies are engaging in any fucking way. You can't do it. You can't tell me it's engaging.
I watched Phantom Menace recently. I was captivated the whole time. Now, to be fair,
did you watch it alone, or did you watch it with a bunch of people making fun of it too?
Oh,
that's the only way I could get through it.
Alone by myself in my room.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll watch it alone.
The only thing that I will say is that I think watching any movie in a marathon does diminish the quality of it. I think if you watch 1, 2, and 3 in a row, 3 will appear way worse than it actually is. I don't think movie marathons are a good thing for anyone to have to suffer through. I don't recommend it, except for the Fast and Furious movies, because they just get better and better and better. Mr. Deadman, are you a fan?
They get more outrageous and outrageous. It's like, what are they gonna do next?
They put the two niggas in space on the Pontiac Fiero. Okay. Oh shit! I fucked up. No. What do you, Deadman? Do you like the Fast and Furious movies?
I think they're great. I think they're absolutely fantastic. But I haven't seen them all. There's so many. I'm behind.
What's your favorite one?
I don't really see them that much. Honestly, I like the first ones. Like the first two. They're fun.
What do you think about?
Whoa, which one was the one where the actor he died and they kind of put him in there again?
Furious 7.
Yeah, okay. I like that one. That was good.
Furious 7 was the first one I saw. It's one of my favorites. What do you think about Tokyo Drift? You a big Tokyo Drift guy?
I like the imagery because I like Japanese stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's alright. That's it.
I think Tokyo Drift's one of the best movies of the 2000s. It's one of the best like actual like overall like movies. It's better than like most like the actual like art movies. It deserved the Oscar that year. DAIYMO's not even doing it. He's not responding to my bait to tell him that the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift is better than whatever movie. What movies came out in 2000? I gotta check.
Is it better than the Star Wars prequels?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's unironically right. Tokyo Drift's one of my favorite movies. 2006. Tokyo Drift is definitely better than Breathless for sure. It's better than The Prestige. It's better than what's called Tokyo Drift is better than The Departed. It's better than Talladega Nights. It's better than Borat.
Better than Talladega Nights.
Tokyo Drift's better than Talladega Nights.
That's Rudy's Citizen Kane.
I know.
What? Talladega Nights is funny though. What?
I love Talladega Nights too.
It's a good movie. Well,
Tokyo Drift has a better production already. I mean, come on now.
agree with me? What am I supposed to agree with you on? DAIYMO, to quit the show?
Someone said the original Planet of the Apes series is superior to Star Wars, and I agree. That shit was insane. Have you guys seen the original Planet of the Apes?
I actually agree. They're fucking great movies. They're crazy.
Can we agree that Star Wars is pretty shit, like as a whole? Like, you know, much better stuff.
Is it the rank here? It's Planet of the Apes is high up there, and then you're gonna put everything beneath that as shit.
Well, here's the
Well, even Fast and Furious could be shit then, because Planet of the Apes is better than Fast and Furious. Let's be honest here.
Deadman, you gotta listen to me here, okay? Deadman, you have to think about it like this. If we attest that even if we say the prequels are good, there are more bad Star Wars movies now than there are good Star Wars movies, and that's a fact.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
There are more.
I mean, even just the original trilogy and prequels are more bad Star Wars movies than good Star Wars movies.
Even if you go with what I'm saying and you think the prequels are good,
original trilogy is good.
Okay, if we go with if we go by my metric and say that the prequels are good, even then, if you roll the dice, it's like if you do Russian roulette, there's a 1 in 2 chance you're gonna die if you watch a Star Wars movie, right? Because there's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
All the new movies, and there's like 6 of them, they're all bad. And if we go with the prequels are bad too, then that's fucking 9 out of 12 are bad. That's a fucking then
you have the spin-offs.
That's a
you walk
Han Solo movie and
if you do
whatever it was called,
Solo, Rogue One, all the new movies, that's 5. And there was another one they did too, right?
I feel like
I thought Rogue One was better than all the as far as their new stuff goes, like the new trilogy. I thought Rogue One was better than the new trilogy.
I think too. I don't think Rogue One's a bad movie though. I didn't like Rogue One, but if we, I think the reality is if we think the prequels are bad, there's a 3 out of 4 chance you're gonna die if you play Russian roulette with the Star Wars movies. Or it's the Planet of the Apes
movies in general. Movies are a loaded gun to my temple.
But if you play the Planet of the Apes roulette wheel, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna have a great time watching Planet of the Apes movie, no matter what you fucking
Even
watch.
the bad ones are amazing.
Yeah, I mean, as a series, it's better because there's less bad movies in it, and that's a fact.
Yeah, that's true.
As a series,
I mean, you could apply that with Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
How many bad Fast and Furious movies are there?
I mean, I like them all, but some people don't like the newest one, F9. But there's maybe I think all of them are quality movies that are enjoyable. Maybe the 4th one, if you haven't seen it, maybe there's maybe 2 out of the 10 that have come out that are bad or unenjoyable or boring. I would say that's a good ratio. But here's the deal: Star Wars as a series overall is shit because there are more bad movies. There's more shit in it than there's good now. It's just a shit series. There's nothing you can say. We've crossed the shit barrier where everything evolved with it is shit.
That's right. That's right.
But what did you have to say though, DAIYMO? Like, what's you want to quit the show because you're upset with me?
I was joking with the chat too. I'm sorry, I forgot you have autism.
Yeah.
I'm autism now too.
I'm autistic.
We all have autism.
You're rocking back and forth.
We're doing the fucking.
Oh!
Yeah, it is what it is, bud.
All right, guys, donate to this show to make Ethan Ralph rage. I don't know. Or we're Ralph else.
We're all Ralph. I'm not. I can't. I'm not sure if I'm a Ralph a male, but I respect Ethan Ralph as a man, and I don't think as a content
He's
creator.
autistic, dude.
What?
Let me tell you something. I learned this. Chat only appreciates extreme. Okay, you're either all the way or the other way. That's it.
That's true. You're right.
Comedy is yes and Gahoole, not yes, but actually I believe this and this and this too.
You know what? You're right.
God.
You're right. I'm not only am I a Ralph a male, but also I hate Mr. Vickers. Fuck Mr. Vickers. I've never even talked to this guy my entire life, but fuck that guy.
Yes, dude.
Fuck Mr.
There you
Vickers.
go.
Man, talking to him for an hour was like the worst experience of my life. Okay, I'd rather DMV again.
Brooksy Kabutt says, I think Gahoole maybe has a bit of a contrarian streak. I do too.
I do have a contrarian streak. It just
can't like things that other girls like.
I kind of do. I mean, it's kind of built into me, but I do genuinely do like the stuff I do like and stuff I don't like. It's not. It feels like that sometimes, but it's true. I do like.
I am a contrarian, and I'm not as contrarian as Gahoole.
It's true.
I think you're very contrarian. I think you're just trying.
I'm not trying.
Like Star Wars, I don't even like that. Star Wars is horrible.
Well, some people just don't like Star Wars. I found some people just don't like them. But anyways, the call in line, I'm gonna open that up now, guys. If you want to call in and talk to us.
I have this problem where I'll be like, when I was younger, I was really into things, and then I'm like, fuck it. I used every inch of it, and then I'm like, I'm done with this, and I cast it to the side. I'm like, you're just a husk now, a used up, cum-filled husk.
Like what?
Like Star Wars.
That's fair. I think I still like Star Wars video games sometimes because it's a cool universe.
Star Wars video games are always good, dude.
Yeah,
they're good.
And except for the new ones made by EA, but most of the old ones are great. Like they're great.
One of my favorite games is Dark Forces. That was a good game.
I love
Dark Forces, Jedi Knights.
Love Coder 1 and 2. Those are great games. They're fun.
Yeah,
those are fun.
Pronounced Cooter.
Cooter. I love Cooter, and I sure do love some Cooter.
I like Cooter too, how it just ends abruptly. They're just like, fuck you, Amy.
Don't worry, DAIYMO. They're finally, after years, releasing the full ending to the game as DLC. I'm not joking. They're finally releasing the update DLC. They're restoring the content after decades of waiting. Can you believe it? He doesn't care. He doesn't even listen to me.
I know I don't like Star Trek-oo because my mommy and daddy like Star Trek-oo, so I have to be different too.
I like Star Trek.
Rebelling. Yeah, I mean, look at you. Of course you do.
Thanks.
Call from
TRS Spurge.
To accept, press 1.
Hello, welcome to the Big Baby Podcast. How are you today?
Gahoole!
Yeah?
Gahoole, what's up, dude?
Not good. So, way this works, man, you ask a question for the panel because they can't talk back to you, so if you want to ask a question to the panel, we'll answer it.
Okay. Man, y'all cover so much ground in this stream, man. Shit, I'm trying to think of what I want to ask. Oh, yeah. Horror movies, right?
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049.
What about it?
That's a good horror movie. I view it as a horror movie, man. That's how I watch it.
Blade Runner 2049 is a horror movie.
Yeah, because...
It was pretty scary. I wanted to get out of the theater.
No. It's like the incel apocalypse now.
The incel apocalypse now. Okay.
Yes. It's because K is the incel, right? He has the substitute joy, and then he gets cut by Harrison Ford in the end.
Okay. It's a horror movie. How's that a horror movie? Do you have a question to ask Mr. Deadman?
Because I'm an incel and getting cut by freaking Dennis Villanueva or whatever.
It's a meta narrative. As we were getting cucked by this movie for being boring, so too the character's being cucked.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to make light of my situation, but it's not how I truly feel.
Well, ask Mr. Deadman a question. He's an accomplished individual.
Like?
What's your
He's
situation?
an accomplished sex haver.
And inceldom?
He's an incel.
I'm an incel?
He's an incel.
He's an incel with 7 kids.
How do you cope, man?
How do I cope?
Yes, with being... Cause I actually found this thing online. It made me think of TV Chan. It's called Replica. It's. Have you heard of that? Replika.
What is this?
It's like an AI woman you talk to.
Okay. I've never used one
Is
of
that your
those.
girlfriend?
Google it, man. Google it right now.
I'm not going to Google it right now.
I'll Google it
Well,
right now.
I'm not
What
trying
is
to
it?
trick you into doing things stupid or
Replica with a
anything
K. Replika. It's a
What? Cleverbot's too good for you now?
Cleverbot's.
Gotta go find a new lady?
Yeah, Cleverbot's.
Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it real?
I don't know, man.
Well, I mean,
You can create your own replica.
Deadman's a father. He's achieved life. So why don't you ask him a question to help you figure stuff out, man?
You
How
put
old
it
is-
in the
how old is he?
hole.
What?
How old is he?
I don't know.
Like 38.
38.
Wait, shit. Okay, there's still hope for me then.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah, there's
hope.
still hope for you. There's still hope for Gahoole.
Yeah, there's always hope for everyone, man. Don't worry.
You stopped doing your incel videos though. Was it just like a temporary thing?
I don't know. I don't really have any much more to say about it. I mean, it's just how much can you say? How much can you complain about life? Before we move on.
That's true.
That's true.
Shit.
Well,
Let's see what else.
Why don't you ask
The
us?
Star Wars prequels.
Okay, why don't you ask DAIYMO a question about the Star Wars prequels? Okay, why don't you ask him a question?
Why don't you like them?
Because they're boring, Goo.
He says they're boring.
Why? Oh man, I thought they were the best of the Star Wars films.
He thought they were the best. Why do you think they're boring, DAIYMO?
Because I don't feel anything while watching them, Boo.
That's
I
fair.
don't feel connected. I just look at cartoon rabbits and talk to cartoon rabbits.
Well, I want to thank you for the call. It's difficult to do this and keep the conversation flowing. So thanks for calling in. I hope you have a good night, man. All right. Well, if anyone else wants to call, I'm going to keep the call lines open. But thank you again, Deadman, for doing the show. It was an interesting insight.
Oh,
into
no
the-
problem, man. This is good. This is good. I had nothing planned to stream tonight anyway. I know we're not drama stuff, but I was like, man, what am I going to talk about? Ralph Amel stuff? Ralph Amel's winning.
Yep.
What am I going to say?
Ralph Mills winning.
Okay.
We'll talk more about.
I went over to the Kiwi Farms to come and see what they're raging about.
Mhm.
Maybe I could spin it in Ralph Amel's favor. But it's stupid stuff. They're like scraping bottom of the barrel. They're like freaking out because he's wearing some stupid yellow hat. Like, who cares? Who gives two fucks? Who gives two fucks about this shit?
Here's the thing about I don't talk about Ralph too much. The one thing that I will say with the Ralph A logs lately is that the scraping the bottom of the barrel is accurate. People are like mad at him for like having a barbecue or like going out on the town with his wife or something. Like he will just have like a normal like everyday event and people making fun of him for doing that normal everyday event, and it's like maybe we should all get like some fucking lives here and move on. Like it's getting pathetic.
Well, I mean,
guys.
the Kiwi Farms do that is like outrageous shit. But can you imagine leaving your house with something resembling a woman, dude?
Yeah.
Right?
That's fucking science fiction, dude.
Right. It's
Oh,
just
but it's a horse.
oh
Yeah, but what do you guys have? What do you guys have, huh? Just
Replica.
nothing. Exactly.
yeah, I mean
Replica. Not even. They didn't even know about it until now. To the
Well-
stream, if you're paying attention, probably not.
I'm not into bullying the incels, so I won't be bullying him. He's just
Yeah, I
a
don't
lost
bully
man.
them.
He's a lost man. He needs help, and I can't help him. Unfortunately, something I can tell you. He's got to keep trying. Keep putting your word out there. Keep I don't know, meet someone somehow. It's the only way you can do it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that to you, Gahoole. Like if Ethan Ralph can get laid and have a child, 2 kids, if PvP can, I guess, have girlfriends, I guess they're like Discord thoughts. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Then maybe there's hope for you too. I think
There's
there is.
will buy you a black prostitute. I bet you just ask him. He'll buy you a black prostitute, man, dude.
I will not be. I don't believe in prostitutes. I don't want to pay for a prostitute. It goes against. I don't want to. I can't do it.
I did
Why
that
don't you-
for.
Why don't you
I offered
believe
that for
him, man?
Gahoole,
You
and
can
it was
see it
actually
with your eyes.
I don't believe in using prostitutes. I don't think it's good for me. I don't want to do
You
it.
can see them, man, with your little eyes.
I can
dude.
see.
It's
I know.
everywhere.
I know that they exist. I just don't believe in using them. It's just not. I don't want to. It's just. I know. Shaggy offered that to me too. And it's just like no thanks. I'm good. I'd rather not lose my virginity than pay for a prostitute. I'd rather just save it for something that matters.
Is it because they're grifters, dude?
Yes. They're all big grifters who.
The difference is they're grifters. They'll suck your dick. I mean, that's the difference, though.
You're paying for a service. And you're actually getting something out of it. I guess that's true.
Guys, would you
you're
super
getting
chat
it.
Kino Casino if Andy Worski and PvP would double time on your penis, dude? And they'd be like, oh, fuck. Oh, there, buddy. Oh, there.
Okay, that might be a worthwhile donation to the Kino Casino. You ask PvP and Andy Worski to deep throat a dildo or something live on stream.
How about this? If PPP will put his head in the toilet and send a video to his Gumroad, maybe that's the kind of Gumroad. He gets that content for free though, so what can you do?
Yeah, his Gumroad stuff is all other people's content.
I will say, I heard that recently on the Gumroad, he started reacting to 90 Day Fiancé clips. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but the only people who watch 90 Day Fiancé are fucking women, so I guarantee you that his girlfriend made him do that. Guarantee you. His girlfriend was like, you should watch 90 Day Fiancé clips, and then he did it and put it on the Gumroad because a girl told him to do it, because demographically there's no way PPP thought I'm gonna watch 90 Day Fiancé without a girl telling him to do it. And I'm right about that. So again, the woman, there's a woman behind the scenes.
Surfer is saying that Andy loves 90 Day Fiancé. Andy is the woman here.
I don't believe him. I believe maybe it's Warski's girlfriend who got him hooked on it then, because it's a women's show. It's a women's show, and I'm right. I'm right about that. There's something that are just for women and something for men. Well, anyways, what can you do? People can only live for women. I don't know. Well, this is enough internet drama. This is a no e-drama zone. We're supposed to be no e-drama.
You're not allowed to talk about it. PPP Gahoole. There's going to be a Kiwi Farms thread now. They're going to write angrily that you mentioned PPP, that you're bitter and you're a bitch now.
I'm a jilted ex-lover. No.
We're all jilted. Somehow I'm a jilted ex-lover too. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything.
Could be worse. You could be boring. There's that. Oh, the Mr. Deadman guy is still around? Yeah. I'll still be streaming until I'm like 80 and have a cane.
I've heard that I'm.
You have an oxygen tank. You can't even hear what you're saying. It's just blaring.
Yeah.
I've heard that I'm boring and like anti-Kino. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's right. I think I'm okay. I'm doing a good job.
If the Kiwi Farms thinks you're boring, that means you're doing a good job.
Oh.
It's like they hate me, so I know that I'm on the right track here.
Congrats.
What was that video you did? It was like some reveal where you did like the Metal Gear Solid thing.
Oh, in the fucking conspiracy theory when I fucking edited the.
Yeah, that was good.
Your lights.
That was
went
good
off.
Stuff.
Your lights went off, Deadman. Your wife turned the lights off.
You turned the lights off. I think that's a sign.
That's a sign. It's a sign to wrap things up. It's a sign to wrap things up. All right. Well, I guess that's a sign the lights have gone off. It's time to go to sleep.
It is.
I don't know. I gave everyone a chance to call in, but we're approaching the 2-hour mark, so maybe it's time to go to sleep. Everyone can say goodnight. Thank you, Deadman, for coming on. If you ever want to come on the show again, if you want to talk about a specific subject with us, we're more than welcome. Rudy wants to come back on again, so maybe we can have a whole panel, a whole like super guest day where we have all Deadman, Rudy, Surfer. We can get everyone on the show sometime to talk about anything but e-drama. But you want to talk about a movie with us?
That would be good.
More than welcome.
We need that break.
You're more than welcome to come back on. DAIYMO, I'm sorry we disagree on the prequels, but we're still friends. So
fuck you.
Fuck you, Leatherman. Do you not know the Billy Harrington? Fuck you, Leatherman.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Leatherman. Show you who's boss of this gym. He doesn't know the reference that I'm making to the gay porno. This is really awkward.
I don't watch gay porno.
I don't either.
Well, it's the Gachi Moochie thing. You people make the edits of it on 4chan,
Oh,
yeah.
that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
I just go to 4chan for the gay porno. That's what all the school shooters say. That's what all the school shooters say.
I don't go to 4chan for gay porn, but I've seen the edits of it. They're funny edits. They are
hilarious.
They are actually very funny. I think I'm right on this one.
I played the game. There's a game related to it.
Talk about Amber Heard. I'm not talking about Amber Heard. Oh, Amber Heard exists. Wow. She was queen of TV last year. She won the election. So,
Amber Heard is hot. And Johnny Depp is insufferable. I'm glad he got beaten. If I lived with Johnny Depp, I'd beat him too.
Hot take.
I lived with Amber Heard. I would have killed her. I'm telling you right now.
Maybe we should get both. Maybe it should have been like a joint house, like a Big Brother house with just you two and Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and then they'd both be dead and would be better off as a society. Oh get chat again. We're not getting chat again. But anyways, Deadman's got to go. We all got to go. So thank you. It was a fun show. We'll see you all, I don't know, fucking next week. We'll figure out an idea. We didn't do a poll for next week's topic. We'll come up with something in the buffer.
We're supposed to do the image board thing.
Yeah, we'll do the image board debate next week. We'll do that. Maybe also talk about a movie, too. We'll figure something out. Okay. Thanks for coming, guys.
All right. Sounds good.
Good night. Bye.